Moving on from the announcements, though,
Yeah.
Izzy didn't get convicted for his drink driving. That got dropped, which is good news for Izzy.
Good news for Izzy, but I don't know, man.
Is it favoritism?
Well, definitely, bro. I wouldn't be able to go in there and get off drink driving conviction.
No.
And the thing that pisses me off about this, right, is he's the first one to shit on this country, right? I'm not from this country either. I'm an immigrant here, technically speaking, right?
Same here.
But this country, he's calling New Zealand racist. He never wants to fight here. And then he gets pissed, gets behind the wheel of his car.
Then he gets let off.
What? Like, if you're at that level of a person, right?
You can get an Uber.
You can get an Uber for one. You get a fucking driver.
Yeah.
But no, he's behind the wheel of his car. Sure, everyone makes mistakes. I'm not saying that, but at least own your mistakes. But no, he made up something about wanting to fight in Canada, and that would.
He played on their heartstrings.
Who wants to fight in Canada?
I mean, I fully understand all the stuff that he said about New Zealand, the government here, the fact that fighters weren't allowed to train, but the rugby was, and
I understand that. That would have been frustrating
for sure.
But to go straight to saying it was racism.
There is certainly some racism towards black people in this country in certain areas.
There's racism towards black people everywhere in every country, and it's sick. It's not good. I'm not supporting it, but New Zealand, I don't know. I don't think it's one of the more racist places. You go to Australia, you go to America, there is obvious signs in those countries. I
think we're all right. But maybe when he grew up being like the only black kid in his school or whatever, or one of the only couple, probably did get targeted. But he rose above that, and I don't think as a country we are generally racist in any way. But I don't know. It's
hard for us to sit here.
Murky waters to jump into right here. It's a weird one because, like you say, if we drunk drove and we got caught, loss of license instantly, criminal record. Izzy managed to get off of it, and whatever happened in that courtroom is whatever. He's one of the biggest stars in this country, and that's probably played a factor.
I don't know. I just don't like seeing people get treated differently because
he'll go do
of
it
their
again.
Status.
He'll do it again if he got off it. There's no repercussions. Like, all right, well, whatever. If he gets caught twice, obviously it's different. But people need to be punished for doing stuff like this. Drink driving is not a funny thing. It's not cool. A lot of people do it, and it's very fucking dangerous, and it's a pretty sick thing. So
it's not just you're putting at risk.
You're putting
all the people around you on the road. Yeah.
So it's not cool. He should have got a lesson taught. He should have been convicted for sure. He should have had his license stripped. He should have been fined.
He shouldn't be allowed to fight in Canada.
Shouldn't be allowed to fight in fucking Canada. That's the worst part about all this. He's allowed to fight in Canada.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
I'm going to get Justin Trudeau on the phone after this.
Same. But, it is what it is. I don't know the justice system all that well. I'm not a guy like that. I am a guy, not a woman. But it is what it is, right? Garry. Ian Gaza, first interview back. You've watched a couple clips, you've seen a couple things about this one. What was your take? It was pretty ridiculous in my opinion.
What's he doing, man? He has gone from being one of those guys who he was doing the whole. I'm sorry. I don't know how you can go from being the level he was, like.
He was loved by most of the fans. He stirred up some drama, which is what fighters do. But as soon as it went the other way, I know it went a bit far, but you've gone a bit far. Because
grow up, man.
It wouldn't have gone that far if he didn't react like he did.
Yeah, he's
just big baby.
Oh my
Turning
God.
off his Instagram comments, Twitter comments, not taking any constructive feedback.
Be a man.
And he was reading from a fucking script, man. Like, what are you doing? Be a man and face the music. Tell us your true opinion. Don't read off a script. Ridiculous. It makes their marriage seem like it's like a business arrangement. And it's just ridiculous. It's not cool, man. You were obviously reading off of a script. That is so lame, bro. But to be honest, we're talking about him. He could be a big star. He just needs to turn heel.
I think he does, yeah. That he needs to lean into it a bit more. And yeah, like you say, turn heel. Maybe not go Colby Covington level,
No.
No one wants to see that, and that's obvious from his last outing.
Gary's got the star power without having to do that level of stuff, you know? He can be a star for sure.
I don't even think he needs to turn heel. I think he just needs to
just fight.
to brush this stuff off, right? Just say, like, if it gets brought up in interviews, look, maybe say one or two things, but then just say, look, I don't feel like talking about this, and that would be way more respectable than going, they said this, they said that, but then they've been saying this to other people, and it's just like, yeah, but so did you nonce. Like, what are you on about?
Hypocritical. It's a terrible first interview back. It's only making things worse for Gary. He was looking at a script the whole time. He completely.
Now he's talking about Sean is most likely going to lose the belt. That's what his opinion is, and that he's going to move up to middleweight and give him an ass whooping.
Yeah. Good on you, mate. Good luck.
Yeah, that
good fucking luck.
Like, what kind of career path are you trying to follow there, champ? Like,
script written fucking call out. His wife wrote that script for him, that call out towards Sean because she's like, oh, you got to defend your honor. Bullshit. Sick of it.
Yeah, I'm sick of it too. So I think we should talk about John Jones and Aspinall going back and forth.
They have been going back and forth. They've been having a bit of a table tennis.
Look, there's an argument that yes, a champion should be active, but this is not your average Joe champion. Okay, this is John Bones Jones. This is the greatest to ever do it. And we know for a fact that he's not going to be around forever. He's got a couple fights left.
Plus, he's also got that injury that puts him out until at least like towards the end of the year.
That's right. And just the other thing too, Aspinall knew what he was signing up to when he fought Pavlovich. He wasn't fighting for the undisputed belt. He knew that John Jones was injured at that point. So like,
but on the other side of things, he's the interim champ. He's the one that everyone wants to see John Jones fight. No one really gives a shit about this Stipe fight anymore. If he beats Stipe, everyone's going to just say, well, you should have fought like Aspinall. That wouldn't have happened against Aspinall. If he beats Aspinall, everyone's going to say, oh, he would have done the same to Stipe. If he beats Aspinall, that is huge. That's like, okay,
you're using MMA math there though, mate. But the thing is, we've got a potential.
That's how the people are going to think about it, though.
I know that's how the people are going to think about it.
If he wants to be a fan favorite, and if he doesn't want people coming at him like this, fight Tom. No one cares about the Stipe fight anymore. No one gives a shit about it.
I do.
Why?
Stipe's
42.
I know.
He hasn't won in 3 years.
Yeah.
Tom has been beating top contenders for the last 5 years. And
that's great, but it's the name. It's the way you market this.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was already booked before, right? And that when Tom fought Pavlovich for the interim belt, he knew that he was going to have to wait for Stipe and Jones to fight again. And now it's been a month and a bit, and he's just won't shut up about it. It was pulled out from under him. It's just not the case.
But he's obviously going to market. He's going to push for that fight. But at this point, I just don't think there's any need to have John fight a 42-year-old Stipe, you know, after this long layoff. It's like, we just want to see you fight Tom. That's the whole MMA community. It's
the GOAT versus the heavyweight GOAT, though. That's just
the out of prime heavyweight GOAT who hasn't won in 3 years, hasn't been active.
But I think
Tom's a much more dangerous fighter.
I think what the UFC are trying not to miss here is another
easy walk-off for John.
No, it's another like John Jones and Ngannou type like hype matchup, right? It's questions answered. It's who is the best of all time. You know, that's the question that they don't get with Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall has don't get me wrong, a great record, but he doesn't have the depth that Stipe has beat legends. John Jones has beaten legends, and they are both going to be legends. I'm not saying Tom Aspinall won't, but he has a long way to go before he can cement himself into that conversation. Look, I think we're going to have to agree to disagree here, but I think, Tom, if you want to stay active, defend your interim belt.
That's pretty crazy, though.
It is crazy. But it's even crazier to go crying about something that you knew was going to fucking happen in the first place.
He's crying. Like, he's coming with complete logic of like, I've got the interim belt. I'm the best heavyweight apart from you.
Yeah.
right now. If they want to fight for their participation trophy, whatever, and then they both walk off into the sunset, cool. But because Stipe is, if John was fighting Stipe 3 years ago, that would have been sick.
I'm not
I would have
saying
been
Stipe's-
so hyped about that. But
I'm not saying he's the best competition that John can face.
it's just, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. In my opinion, it's just like this participation trophy that the UFC wants to give to John. You beat the top heavyweight ever. Fuck you, Ngannou. We would have beaten you if you'd stayed around. It's just a big shit on Ngannou fest, and that's basically it. Because if John fights Tom, there's actually a chance he loses. If he fights Stipe, he's not going to lose. Stipe is out of prime, old man, injury prone.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that we have seen a heavyweight at least come back in their 40s and look like a whole new fighter.
I guess. But
So
I just don't think it's as interesting, intriguing, and it doesn't answer as many questions.
I think people are counting him out way too much.
43. He'll
He's
be 43 by then.
Look. You heard my point on it. I'm not going to continue arguing.
It is what it is. Tom might have beaten the most dangerous heavyweight in the division. Stipe hasn't won.
John Jones is the most dangerous heavyweight.
Apart from John. Stipe hasn't won in 3 years, and his last fight was a devastating knockout, and he's 43.
And he has those weird glasses now too.
Yeah, he looks fucking weird. He looks kind of sexy.
He looks like he does your job.
Right. Yeah. And he's a firefighting MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Fights two types of things.
Kobe works
but anyway,
in tech.
We'll agree to disagree. We'll move on. Jackson. Oh my God, you've had like none of that.
Yeah,
seriously,
mate. No, that's going right to the bottom of the list. You haven't missed out on anything here, Kobe. Saying that, look, I should have read more. I liked the look of the can.
Sure you don't want to have another try?
I have been. Look, the thing is, you can't take a big sip, or else you get this full-on spice overload in your mouth. This is definitely an acquired taste, and I
don't have that
no desire to acquire that taste. Look, if you're into spicy foods, maybe this is you. I'm not a spicy food kind of guy.
Well, I'm
but a spicy drink, I just don't see where that's coming from.
Usually, you want to drink to null the spice.
Yeah. It's not thirst quenching. That's another reason why I haven't drank too much of it. It's very hot. I'm sweating, and I don't want to keep sweating, so I'm not drinking it. But yeah, no, horrible.
Okay,
fucking horrible.
Fair enough. I mean, I can't say much. I don't know what it tastes like, but I can agree with you that that does sound pretty terrible. So, are you saying bottom of the list?
Bottom of the list. I'm going to be pouring the rest of it down the sink after this.
It's a nice can, though.
It's a lovely can. That's what I said. I liked the artwork. That's why we bought it in the first place. It's half the reason why we buy half of these beers, really. But
what's the brand? So if you did want to try this terrible beer, go to Urbanaut.
They actually no. That's the thing. They do make some very nice beers.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
This is like they're kind of a garage project kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a
crafty.
It's very crafty. It's kind of a novelty drink. Do you know what I mean? It's something very different to what you'd normally get. But they do offer some more standard options that I have tried before, and they're quite nice. Yeah. I was actually no, not this one though. No, cut it out. So
sorry, lads.
Habanero and lime lager is not the go.
They tried something, it failed.
It failed on me.
Failed on Jackson. But if you want to send us free shit, feel free.
Let us know what we should be reviewing. Tell us what beer you drink.
Yeah,
and we'll
think about
rip down to the old super liquor and pick up a pack. And we'll let you know what we think of it.
The one. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all we've got for you today. I think this was a pretty good episode.
Is that okay, guys?
Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Any recommendations? Again, we love recommendations.
Love it.
Comment to show that you're listening. Share this around to your mates. I think we're pretty good at this.
Tell us down below, should Stipe be fighting John?
Yeah, what's your opinion?
Yeah, you guys should answer this for us. We obviously don't agree. Let us know. We just need one person. Just one person, please. Just one of you. Yeah, anyway. Shall we cut it there?
Let's cut it.
Bye.
Catch you guys. Have a good one. Merry Christmas.